Hey, what's going on everyone? Ruben here. I know it's been a while, but I want to make a video today on my experience the last 6 months. And why am I making this video? Because I will be leaving next week to China for a whole entire year, so I won't be producing as many videos as I want. So in order for that, I want to explain to you, I want to help you in terms of not only in relationships, but just in yourself. Because I went through, I call it the 6 months of darkness, you can say. And although I've had amazing people by my side, including my girlfriend Karina, and amongst other people, family, friends, there were a lot of times I was just alone and things I had to deal with on my own. So let's get into it. I'm gonna start with why I left my job 6 months ago. Initially I was supposed to be in China in February, so I decided to take some time off. If many of you do not know me, I've never really told my story, but I've been working since I was 15. Going to school since I was 15, non-stop. I've never been without a job. If anything, I've had more than one job at a time while going to school, because I grew up in poverty. My mom didn't make a lot of money, single mom, didn't have a lot, lived in public housing, so cheap rent, but you know, it was a crappy situation. So I had to fund myself. I had to go to school myself, pay for my own transportation, pay for my own food. If I wanted to go out and hang out with friends, I had to pay for that myself. I never had parents to ask for money. And you know, after all that time, finally I was given an opportunity to go and do something I dreamed, to go to China. I love Eastern philosophy, I love Eastern history, the food, I love everything about it. So I decided to go there, and I have an opportunity, so why not? So I decided to leave my job. I was like, I'll be without a job for 2 months. It'll be the first time I take such a long break, because before that my breaks were only 2 to 3 weeks. So when it comes to having that much time off, 2 months, you gotta think of it this way. A lot of people say, quit your job, follow your dreams, whatever the case may be. I'm so strongly against it now, because I actually went through it. Now, before I read a bunch of places, they were like, quit your job, do what you love. It'll be hard in the beginning, but you'll pick up some momentum. That wasn't the case. In this situation, I thought 2 months. So I had a lot of fun, you know. I got to anywhere my friends invited me to. I never had the excuse that my job was in the way. And I got to spend a lot of time and build those great relationships, whether those were my friends Danny, Jason, I met a ton of new friends, Dougie. I've done some free work for a lot of people in terms of video editing. And I even started a thing called TaskRabbit, where I just do random jobs around the city and get paid for it. And I met some pretty cool people doing that as well. So my whole thing was meeting people, and those 2 months were amazing. Holidays came, you know, Christmas was great, New Year's was great, but then the news came that China's visa whole rule and policy changed. And what that meant for me, I had to do something. I had to basically, long story short, get my college degree notarized. So I had to be notarized and told that it was not a fake. And then they had to resubmit my application, which meant that all those weeks of me waiting for me to leave and get the visa, because getting a visa from another country is not that easy, all that was a waste. So basically it was like starting over again. So they resubmitted my application, and I was told that it was just going to be a few weeks, and a few weeks turned to a few months. Now the greatest part was I got to, you know, personally, I got to reestablish a relationship with my father, and I went out to Florida because he lives there. I went out to Florida 3 times to spend time with him, once with Karina, and I have the movies. If you go back in my videos, my travel videos, you'll see them there. And it was a great experience. I got to see my dad again. I got to meet my little sister. I got to see a bunch of family I never seen before, or I mean, I haven't seen in a while, and even seen before. Met new family members, and got really close with some people, like my stepbrother Jordan. But even though I had those amazing times, there was always the tough times. There was the times that I felt very lost. I didn't know what to do with myself because I was in this void, this zone of like, I don't know what I'm doing. I even got to the point where I thought this China thing wasn't gonna happen, and I was like, crap, what do I do now? You know, yes, there were days, I'm not even gonna lie, where I just felt, you know, when that kind of depression hits you, you just feel like doing nothing. I would just stay home all day, either playing video games or watching TV shows. And then, you know, a lot of the time I got to spend a lot of time with my girlfriend Karina. We've grown closer because of this. But then she left to Australia to spend her semester abroad. And yes, if you know through my social media recently, I went over there. But between that time, there was not a lot to do. And for you guys watching this now, I want to tell you that, you know, every day is a new day. Don't let anything like this, please don't let it happen to you. Whether, even if you might not be in a similar, like same exact situation as me, but a very similar situation where you're waiting for something that's not going to happen. I wish I just did more instead of procrastinating and doing less. I think I did the right thing in terms of building my relationships, and I strongly advise you guys do that too if you ever get in this kind of situation. So do things. Take the time that you have. Let's say you lose your job and you have a few months before you start another job, or while you're searching for your job, you have time. So build the right connections. I'd say learn a new skill. Like, I really got better with my video editing because I was doing it a lot more. I was shooting not only videos here, but I was helping friends with their videos, and my camera work has gotten better. I've noticed there are a few things I want to get. Of course, camera equipment is not cheap, but eventually I will get to make my videos even better. And once again, I got to reestablish a connection with my dad, and got to through this forgiveness stage, and it made me feel better. But the darkness that I dealt with mostly came from me, and mostly came from me not doing anything. I'm a person that has to work, and since I wasn't working every day, or finding that motivation to work, it brought me down. And now that I see things moving along, and it's been a hard early 2016, I know in my mind I'm changing my mindset, and I'm still reading tons of books. My mindset has changed to this year. It's going to be a killing. I'm going to help you as much as I can, whether that's giving you advice through relationships if you decide to take it, or giving you entertainment, showing you my relationship videos, and me and you following me on this journey to having an awesome life. Not only for me, but for you, to help you. So that's all I'm going to talk about today. You will see a video maybe up once every 2 weeks. I'm hoping I can do it more often. I don't know the internet speeds. I haven't learned anything, but I will try my best. But yeah, as always, stay awesome, and see you next time.